okay? Hey, nothing. I just want you to accompany me while I'm doing my homework. Are you okay? I don't know. Just by sudden I think that it may be fun to make some video while I'm doing something or doing anything so that I can give you an update about my life if you're interested on it. But if you're not interested on it also, it's okay. Anyway, I will post it on our YouTube, and this will be my memories. I will make a Bible study for my leaders tonight. Every Thursday on 8:80 p.m. we have a Bible study, and this is only given to the leaders in our youth. And in our youth, this time we have one, two, three, yes, including me. We have nine people in the leadership. So are you going to give them something different? I don't know what you're thinking about this. Uh, for me, as they are a leader, why this Bible study is given only to them? Because for me, as a leader, they need to know more about the Bible. They need to know well about the Bible more than the other youth. Which is the other youth? No, I'm not neglecting the other youth. Somebody's come down. Wait, baby. Let's make a coffee. I will make coffee first.
Siapa tahu ada kucing gede, dia sembunyi ngumpet. Ya? Ya?
Dia nggak pernah tempat lain ya? Cuma di dalam kandangnya terus.
Di kandangnya dengan di samping situ loh, di samping ya dekat bunga. Itu tempat. Ambil sedikit ini.
Terus lu nggak makan?
Sudah tadi.
Kata lu mau makan nasi, jitak lagi. Nasinya nggak dihabisin.
Nanti kalau saya bisa makan lagi.
Kayak. Somebody's coming. Sorry. That's my friend. One of my company. We all stay in how do you call it? Not dormitory. I'm about to say the dormitory. We all stay in a pastory. All of us, we are here. There is 4 men and 2 girls. The girls stay in 4th floor and the men stay in 3rd floor. Oh yeah, continuing what I'm saying. For me, where I'm given the Bible study only for the leaders, and this Bible study is not like a small group, because in a small group we also learn about the Bible, but in a small group we are more on sharing, encouraging, and praying, something like that, like an only easy Bible to discuss. After that, we are sharing, we are praying for each other. That's what we're doing in small group, right? But for the Bible study, I'm giving them more about the Bible. Like I'm telling them about the background of the Bible, why this Bible is written, for whom this Bible was written, in what condition this Bible is written, giving them like commentary, something that like in a commentary, sharing to them more knowledge. I can say this knowledge about the Bible, so that they will be more knowledgeable about the Bible. They can understand more than the other youth. So I told them, because when someday, or sometimes even if the other youth asking them about the Bible, they will not wrong on the way that they interpreted the Bible, because in this time it's very easy. We found it, people who interpret the Bible according to the text only, like what Pastor Alan said to us, right? We give meaning to the text. This is usually happen in Indonesia. I don't know in another country. I guess in all the countries, for the young people, they are more given meaning to the text. So I don't want them to do that. Actually, especially they are as a leader. I want them to seem more knowledgeable, so the other youth will be respect to them more. That's the reason why I given them a Bible study, and I'm started from the Matthew. It's only in chapter, which I just started in chapter 7, because yeah, I don't think this, I'm never thinking about it before, if this gonna be very hard actually to prepare it, also to explain it to them. But I'm enjoy to do this. I like it very much to do this. And we have the Bible study every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. And on Wednesday we have like a small group for the KBC. Oh yeah, praise God. This time, since last year, right, before I'm staying with Mama Joe in KBC, I'm helping them in a youth service and multimedia production team, and helping them in KBC for almost 3 years, I think. And as you also know, I have a contract with my main church, and after my graduation, I came here and I talked with my pastor. Shall I stay in the main church, or I can continue to finish my contract only in the branch which is in KBC? But since in main church didn't have a pastor for the youth, because the other pastor is moved already in another country, and didn't have anybody to lead them. So my pastor asked me, can I just stay here to finish my contract? Actually, that time, a little bit dilemma for me as well, because in KBC also they just started the church. They also need somebody to help them. As you know, in KBC only the two of them, Papa and Mama, and son and daughter, only helping in a ministry, like they become worship leaders, music, multimedia, but they don't have a pastor to lead the youth, and a pastor to help Mama in Sunday school. They don't have that. So it's really dilemma for me. Where can I stay? But Mama told me I should finish my contract with the main church, as the contract have signed, and in contract also clear say that I have to do my ministry in main church, and also to avoiding people to talk about me, to say any negative thing about me. So I decided to come here. So since last year, since March 2024, I'm staying here already. Yeah, I'm helping in the youth here, helping them to fix their multimedia. Not much actually. What can I do here? But this year on no, last year on September last year, Mama asked me again, can I still helping them for their teens there, because they're still teens. When I was there, I'm leading the teens. We have a services for the teens, but when I moved here, the teens is vacuum. We stop the teens because nobody will do it. Mama cannot do it anymore. She handled too much already. Also, Papa, he handled too much in ministry, so he cannot. Both of them cannot handle it anymore. So the teens stop. They don't have their own services. They only join in the main service, helping in the main service, only something like that. So September 2024, Mama asked me, can I still helping them at least once a month? I still go there to have the services for the teens. And Mama talk also. I told them that I'm okay to do that, and Mama also talked to my pastor here, telling my pastor about their situation, how they really but need a pastor there, and my pastor allowed giving me the proof that I can go there only once a month anyway, and they also know the need for the KBC. After we have it on around almost half year, last 2 months, I think that once a month is not enough for youth to have their service. They are, I don't know for how many months we have it, and I feel like I don't feel the belonging in their heart because we only gather for once a month, like, and I didn't feel that they are they love one another. I did not feel the empathy for one another. There's no care among them. They don't feel like they are close for one another. Yeah, I have a burden for that. So I asked them, are they okay if we have it every week services, but for the other week we will have it to online like a small group, but once a month we will have it offline on site. So they are okay. They're very enthusiastic about that. So then we have it, and praise God, from that it's slowly changing the situation. When we are gathered, I can feel the bond more when we are gathered now. So every Wednesday on 7 p.m. we have a small group with the KBC, and Thursday I have a Bible study with the chosen. In our community here is the chosen. We call it the chosen. I have a Bible study with the leaders of the chosen, and every Fridays I also have a ministry and a school. There's one of the school that asking me to be like a coach in their school for all the Christian, because here we are not a Christian school, right? More of them is a Muslim school, but every Friday the school given like time for a Christian together with their own Christian and having their service. So I'm handled that for almost 2 years already. So every Friday, right? Yes, Friday morning I go there. It's quite far, almost in Bakasi. It's really far. So I praise God, as I have told you this time. I have been given opportunity by God to lead 3 different groups of youth. Wow, it cost me too much actually. I don't have any rest. I don't have anything to do about myself anymore, because the whole week it full book. The whole day, every week it's full book, because I will go to Bakasi for the youths on site survey there every third week of the month, and every third week that on Saturday actually, and every third week of the month Papa always giving me a task to preach on the main service there. So imagine, first week in I have to prepare a sermon. No. First week I don't have a ministry. I mean, I did not preach in the services. First week here, first week I only prepare for the Bible study, for the KBC teens, we call it Hafruta, and school services on Friday. But on Sunday, we don't have a youth service for the chosen in a main service. So we have, but I'm not preach there, because every first week is praise and worship time. So we are doing more on the praise and worship, and just a little exhortation. For the exhortation, one of our leader, the one who will share. And second week, I'm preaching in the youth service here, the chosen, on the Sunday service. Also the other weekdays like Kafruta and Bible study, also school still ongoing. And the third week, I have prepared two main sermon for the KBC Teen service on the Saturday, and on the Sunday for the main service in KBC. Also the other weeks like Bible study also still I'm still doing for the Bible study, also the school. And the fourth week, I'm preparing for the chosen service sermon for the chosen service, and also the week services. Wow, that too much. Almost every week I have to prepare sermon, but I appreciate. I'm enjoying that very much. Though sometimes I got sick because I don't have enough sleep. Too much thinking, worry, too much thing I have to do. And so many things actually I want to share to you, but I don't think I can only use one video to share it for you, right? As I told you today, I will do my Bible study. Now, as you see, it's usually like this. My night day, I spend more on my offices when all the people's going home or going up already. I'm still stay here because I like to work, to do my sermon, my Bible study, on everything on it in a quiet time. Because if there's so many people, too many distraction here, and I cannot do it. Right? We need the concentration to do it. So I like this moment, like, maybe I can stay here until 11, sometimes 12 p.m. Just today, recently, I'm thinking that I think it may be good if I can make a video. I can share with you. I can talk with you while I'm doing my work. Just giving you an update. And I'm thinking like, I don't know if you can also, yeah, I hope you can replay my video with a video to answer to give feedback with what I'm saying, especially about like the Bible study. I'm telling you why I'm only given to the leaders, not to the all of the youth. What you're thinking about that? Is that good, or it's better for me to give to everyone, or what? Can you give me something or advice? Something like that, anything. Today I'm in the chapter 7 in the second paragraph. What's the title here? I forgot about it. About prayer in verse 7 to 11. That's not easy, right? I'm inspiring by inspiring, I don't know how to call it, by Pastor Alan, actually, how he gave us a Bible study, how he dig the Bible and give us the detailed information. But why I'm trying to do it, it's very hard. I cannot really follow what he's doing. That's too hard for me. Am I too much talking? So what are you doing now? Are you okay there? By the way, are you still in Thailand or you are in Philippines already? How's the situation in Thailand? Is everything okay? It's the kids okay? And how are you? Are you caught up already with the language there? Are you able to at least understand the language there, even though it's hard to speak maybe, but a little understanding about the conversation? Like with the Filipino, I can't speak Filipino, but when you are talking with your own Filipino, I can get the big picture, the big idea about what you are talking about. I ask, I mean, it's like that. Are you able to understand what they are talking, or at least guessing what they are speaking? You know what? I forgot my glasses. I went up earlier. I went up, I rest for a while, then I went down again, but I forgot my glasses. It's very hard to breathe without these glasses. It's many things to do, my mind. Still need to prepare for the KBC anniversary on the 24th. They asked me to make the photo booths, but from the Photoshop, I'm editing like something for them to use as their photo booth. But the people there is not cooperate with me. I asked for the photo, I need the material, but nobody sent it to me until now. So bad. Okay, for 7 to 11. See, I'm too much talking, I'm telling you, right? James for 3. I want to exercise my English again. It's been a long time I'm not speaking in English. I mean, speaking, right? Not texting. If it's texting, sometimes I'm still using it, but not speaking like this. That's why I need to talk with you. When will you come to visit me here? I'm waiting for that. I've been visiting you in your country. It's your time to visit me in my country. Sims. Now I'm realized it's not easy to do the work while making a video and talking. I cannot do it. But I enjoy this anyway. I will play music. Okay. What time usually you finish your working hour? It's very hard. I cannot. I cannot read it very well. My eyes getting hurt because of no class. Next month, I will travel to Stephen Place. We have like a seminar there. And guess what? I am one of the speaker there. Speaking in front of all the pastor, those who are already leading the church, and I'm a newbie. Yeah, but praise God, He trusts me. We always speak about what is the about the youth, like an impact. Uh, the influence of young people on the church, something like sound like that. My pastor asked me to share and giving a little encouragement to the pastor in there Manado about the importance of the young people in the church, because I don't know, maybe he saw in their place we have too many branches there. Maybe he saw all the churches there is not really giving attention to the youth. That's why he insists to giving a seminar to them about the youth. And I am one of the speaker. Actually, I'm nervous, but I am happy. Or what man is there among you who, if his son asks for the bread, will give him a stone? God doesn't have to be pursued or pierced by it. He wants to give us not just bread, but even more than what we ask for. Thankfully, the time we ask for something as bad as a servant without knowing, like a loving. And I also, in the middle of all this schedule, I also have to prepare for that seminar. I also need to help the KBC. I also need to have like not that only chatting, like counseling. Yeah, not really counseling actually. Listening. Let me say it like this. Listen to too many youths in our church. Sometimes in a random time, they just calling me, share something. They said they want to share something. Ask about too many things. And mostly they are call me above 8 p.m. because in Jakarta, everyone who's working usually they will arrive home around 7 or 7:30. So 8 p.m. is their free time that they can talk, they can discuss about anything, their convenient time. And they will call me very late time and they will discuss about something is a hard conversation. And for the whole day, right? This brain is working very hard already, and then in the late night, the time that I'm thinking this is my rest time, or this is my something like easy thing, like a little bit easy for me to think. But no, they give me too much thing to discuss and to think. And oh Lord, but I praise God. I enjoy that moment a lot. But it become funny to me sometimes when the colleague is coming from the youth. I always thinking, oh my God, this guy is calling me again, or oh my God, this girl again. What will she's talking about? What will she's asking about? I'm tired, but I once thinking, can I ask you to come here with me to help me in this ministry? But I don't know. I'm not sure if you will enjoy it because the salary here is very low. Maybe it's lower than what Pastor John can give you. Let me count it, okay? How much will given to you? But if you compare it with your work now, maybe it's higher there. Not maybe. Exactly, it's higher there. Yeah, maybe the same like what Pastor John can give you. Only 7,000. 6 to 7,000. That's why I'm saying to my pastor, okay, but I don't think you will enjoy this. But just stay here in the in pastory. Stay for free like dormitory. But anyway, it's not. You cannot live with this salary na. That's too low for you. For me, this is my country. I have family. You have family. Though I cannot ask money from them, but at least if something happen, I have my family. But you have no one here. It will be hard for you. Yeah, you need to extend your visa and all those things and all the thing. Yeah, that's very hard. Mm. It's too many mosquito here. Oh, sleepy. It's just a few moments. My heart, my heart, my eyes, my eyes is hurting. Oh, by the way, this is the watch that Tuang bought for us. Yeah, let's say it Tuang bought because he paid for us. Is it still working? Yours? Mine is still working well. I just need to change the battery all the time. This is the one that Tuang gave us. It's still working well. Are you still working or no? I said I will play music, right? What song did I play? Christmas by KBC. I know. I just started. Let's play the KBC. KBC worship. Oh, they're done. August. No, they didn't have. They have no prayer.
Jika di antara saudara ada yang rindu ditopang di dalam doa, mari tulis apa yang menjadi kerinduan saudara, apa yang menjadi doa. Aku tahu Dia kerjakan seturut firman-Nya bagi kemuliaan-Nya yang ku yakin.
This is Mama Jeff voice.
saudara-saudara yang sedang berdoa dan terus menantikan janji Tuhan digenapi dalam hidup. Mari naikkan pujian ini dengan segenap hatimu dan percaya bahwa apa yang Tuhan janjikan, apa yang ada di dalam firman Tuhan, pasti Dia genapi bagi setiap kita. Jangan pernah menyerah, jangan ragukan kuasa Tuhan. Asal kita percaya, kita akan melihat mujizat-Nya Dia kerjakan di dalam kehidupan kita. Haleluya, mari katakan, yang ku tahu Dia kerjakan seturut firman-Nya bagi kemuliaan-Nya. Amin.
Yang ku yakin disediakan seturut kasih-Nya bagiku.
Dengan imanmu katakan, yang ku tahu Dia kerjakan seturut firman-Nya. Amin. Bagi kemuliaan-Nya, yang ku yakin Dia sediakan seturut kasih-Nya bagiku. Seturut kasih, seturut kasih-Nya bagiku. Seturut kasih-Nya, seturut kasih-Nya. Haleluya. Ya kami percaya, Kaulah yang menggenapi firman. Kami percaya, janji-Mu pasti terjadi, janji-Mu pasti tergenapi di dalam hidup kami. Kami terima mujizat, kami terima jawaban doa kami, kami terima kesembuhan dari-Mu. Oh, haleluya, haleluya, Yesus. Allah yang berjanji adalah Allah yang selalu menggenapi perkataan-Nya di dalam hidupmu. Oh, tetap percaya, tetap hadap Yesus saja. Percayakan firman-Nya, percayakan kuasa-Nya. Dia pasti menyatakannya bagimu. Haleluya. Kemuliaan-Nya nyatakan bagimu. Kemuliaan-Nya pasti dinyatakan bagimu. Tetap percaya, tetap berharap, tetap pandang Tuhan Yesus saja.
Thank you. I guess I will go up now because my eyes is hard. I hate this moment because I'm already depend on my classes. I cannot read properly without that. Like there's a shadow. It's not clear, and also it's painful looking at the screen without that glasses. It make me feel pain. Yeah, something like pain. Not pain actually. Tired. Yeah. Maybe I can say it more. So tired here. I will go up now. Thank you for accompanying me today. And we'll give you another update soon. Bye-bye. God bless you.